So, what have I been up to lately? Believe it or not, I just don't sit around all day and do nothing. I spend most of my day educating myself or doing hobbies that I used to do as a kid so I can heal my inner child. Also, a few videos ago, I said I don't read, but the truth is, I do read. So, right now, I'm reading 4 books. I'm gonna go through them and tell you guys what they're about. This is the first book. So I have not gotten into it very far, but from what I've gotten from it is that these are just two hot anime boys trying to run a newspaper, not a newspaper, a manga company or something like that. Like their series got canceled, and so they have to make a new series to like perfect it. But these guys are a little hard on themselves because they're not even 18 yet and they're already like, oh, my company's failing and blah blah blah. But like they're doing a lot for some high schoolers. Like they're writing comics and getting them published already so people can read them. Like I'm pretty sure they're doing pretty good. But it reminds me of myself, like I'm pretty hard on myself like a lot. So I can understand why they act like that. So this is about budgeting. And whoo child, the fact that I've gotten this far into it, like I've read this much, I'm very proud of myself because this book is I would be lying if I said it was boring because it's not boring. It's just like it's about money and no one wants to read about how to manage your money better, but I want to manage my money better because I don't feel like I'm the best at managing my money. So, if I want to be a billionaire one day, I'm going to have to learn how to budget better. And I recommend everyone read this book. Like, if you're really bad with money, this is a really good book to start out with. And also listening to the Frugal Friends podcast. That's a really good podcast. They have these like really interesting voices. And I think that's why I like them so much, is because their voice is soothing, but also the way they pronounce certain words, like the end of certain words, it's very interesting. So this book, I can't even pronounce the title. I don't know what it's about, but it's a book in Spanish. And so if I want to learn Spanish and become like fluent before the end of the year, it was before by the end of the month, but I realized that's kind of like a really it's not a realistic goal for me to achieve. That's what I mean. So I'm learning Spanish by reading this book and then watching Spanish videos. Watching Friends in Spanish really helps. So I recommend if you guys are trying to learn a new language is to watch one of your favorite shows in that language you're trying to reach. This book is about borderline personality disorder and it's very sad. Like this is a very emotional book. And I chose this book to read because when you dabble into psychology and you learn psychology, it teaches you how to understand people better and learn why people react the way they react and how they act the way they act. And when you understand people better, life gets easier because you won't be taking everything so personally because you actually know that the way people treat you is not a reflection of you, it's a reflection of themselves. And so if someone doesn't like you or if someone doesn't love you, they probably don't even have that capacity to give it to themselves. Or if someone is treating you not the way you deserve to be treated, they're not even being nice to themselves, so they're probably not going to be able to be nice to you even if they even did know what being nice is. Or like even relationships you have with people, like I'm not saying you should go around diagnosing people, but I've realized that a lot of people that I know kind of might suffer from this disorder. Like when you read the symptoms of things and then you like interact with people and be like, oh, they have this and they have this and they have that, and oh, they're having these outbursts out of nowhere, like you can go back to what you've read before and have been like, oh, okay, they probably have this. And the key to understanding people is to also understand, like, hey, I know what you're going through, but also it's not my problem. And to walk away because that's the best thing you can do. Like, why would I stay to help you? Like, I have my own problems to deal with. And I think That's what people don't understand, is that people always want to help somebody and save somebody, but they need to give that help, like that helpfulness and that selflessness, to themselves, and stop worrying about everybody all the time. Like, worry about yourselves first. Do you even have enough energy to do that? Do you have the mental capacity to do that? It's not even do you have enough to give to anybody else. It's like, take care of you because you love yourself, and also you're going to be with yourself for the rest of your life. Like, people come and go, but you're forever. If you're going to be dealing with you forever, why not want the best for yourself and take care of yourself? But that's enough with my psychology books and stuff. Yo, Veterans Day. Well, I've been celebrating Veterans Day for the past 3 days. And that's not because I'm a veteran or anything, or that, like, I'm a pro veteran type of girl. It's that a whole bunch of restaurants had a bunch of free food. If restaurants are having free food, why not just show up and use my expired military ID to get myself free food, which works. I went to Golden Corral last night. I thought I was going to die because I got almost damn near the whole restaurant. I didn't have everything, but I had a fuck ton of food. And I was trying to walk to the bus, and I thought I was going to pass out on my face. Thank you, Golden Corral. I appreciate you. I also appreciate Applebee's for whatever they gave me, and Buffalo Wild Wings. And I also went to Obon Pond, but yeah, I had a whole bunch of free food for the past 3 days, and I was never hungry. But unfortunately, Veterans Day's over now, so I don't know what to do. Oh my gosh. Also, these job interviews are not job interviewing. Like, job interviewers are so fake. They're so fake. They'll be like, "Oh, we'll call you." And I'm like, "Bitch, just tell me I didn't get the job." Like, just tell me I didn't get the job. You don't have to be like, "Oh, I really like you. I think you make a good fit for the team." Like, just tell me, "No, honey, you're overqualified." So I can be on my merry way and go to another job. Honestly, I'm starting to give up because no one's giving me a chance, which honestly, I'm not begging for a chance because I hate jobs and I already know I'm going to be miserable there. So I'm not saying I'm not worried about it. All I'm saying is that I'm not begging for it. I've also been journaling more, so that's also good. Because um, when it gets cold outside or when winter starts coming around, I start getting a little bit more sad. And that's because I think it's because, like, the sun's not out as much as it usually is. And so you're not getting that vitamin D. And so all I'm going to do is just pray that this winter goes well, because the past few winters have been the worst few winters of my entire life. Except for last winter, I believe. Last winter, I was just really cold, just cold all the time. But like the winters before that were not good, and I was making some bad decisions. But I'm hoping to, like, make better decisions this time. But yeah, that's what's going on with me.